Hey, what's up everybody? Airplane Guy Sean here. I wanted to do a quick review about this book that I found online called The Aircraft Mechanic Career. Now, I've been an aircraft mechanic for quite a while now, and I'm always looking for any books I can find about, my career or even aviation in general. And, I get a lot of questions about being an aircraft mechanic, what it's like, how much money you can make, and yada, 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 and all that stuff. So there aren't a lot of books about actually working in this field, or that goes over stuff like how to become an aircraft mechanic, how to get your certificate, your license, or whatever. Now, I've only found a few, and I already did a quick review vid on another book called The Aircraft Mechanic. I was recommending that book to people, people thinking about getting into this career. But this book right here, The Aircraft Mechanic Career, man, the guy who wrote this really went above and beyond with all this information. Now, don't get me wrong, the other book, The Aircraft Mechanic, is still really good. And I've told a lot of people about it. But this book, if you're thinking about working on airplanes or helicopters, you need to read this book. And this book was written by Mark Inomi. I'm probably saying that wrong. Or whatever. But this thing, look at this thing. Look at the size of this book. It's like 300 pages or something. And it's all about, getting into this field and working as an aircraft mechanic. There's chapters about what it's like as an aircraft mechanic, how to get into the career. He goes over everything, pretty much step by step. He was going over stuff that I didn't even know. He goes over how to choose the right aviation career, because there are different things you can do in this industry. There are different types of aircraft mechanics. Not everyone does the same thing. So, one of his main points is choosing the career, the career that will fit you the best. Like maybe, you want to be an A&P mechanic, or maybe you want to get into avionics or whatever. Now, he goes over about everything you would want to know or, need to know about getting into aviation. Getting a job, making money, the tools you will use. He even goes over like the history of aviation. There's just boatloads of information here. And like I said, I've been an aircraft mechanic for many years now. And even I learned a lot. He was going over stuff I didn't know. It's just an excellent book. It's well written, and it's an excellent resource for you if you're thinking about working on airplanes or helicopters. Or if you're in the military and you want to do this, work in the civilian world. And I would definitely recommend reading this before you sign up for college or an aviation school or whatever. I really can't get over how much stuff, how much information is packed into this book. And on top of that, the book also comes with 3 other books and a freaking video. There's a book about the A&P certificate, obviously, as you can see on the cover. A book about the Part 66 aircraft maintenance license. Now, I've heard of that license before, the Part 66 license, but I didn't really know all the details. Well, I'm in the U.S., so that license is used in other countries. So this book would be good if you're looking into becoming an aircraft mechanic outside the United States. And look at these books. Damn, they're just packed with all kinds of info. Like I said, this guy really went above and beyond. And I definitely wish I would have had all this stuff when I was first starting. Back then, there wasn't anything. I never saw any books or any kind of resources like this that, would have really helped me. Like this book here, the Aircraft Mechanic Practice Guide. It actually goes over different maintenance jobs. Like you can read through real aircraft maintenance manuals, like the manuals I use every day at my job. When I'm working on planes. Now here's a page from a manual. So like he goes over changing the oil in an aircraft engine, for example. And there are other jobs you can do. Like there's one for avionics. It goes over replacing a speaker. So this is a really cool book. Especially if you're in school to be an aircraft mechanic, or maybe you're still just thinking about it. So anyway, I don't want to make this vid too long, but if you're thinking about getting into aircraft maintenance, or maybe someone is looking into it, I definitely recommend these books. The Aircraft Mechanic Career is really good stuff. Anyway, I'll put the links in the video description, and so check it out. And maybe one day I'll see you in the hangar.